Impact segment tonight. As you know, most celebrities in this country, with the exception of the country music people, are kind of liberal. I submit that's because they want to work, and those who hire in the entertainment industry are often left-wing. But one TV star, Ashton, has begun preaching self-reliance to young Americans.
I talked to some of my friends, and they don't want to get a job at Starbucks, or they don't want to get a job at wherever because they feel like it's below them. And I think the only thing that can be below you is to not have a job. Go work until you can get the job that you want to have.
All right on, Ashton. Joining us now from Washington to react, Republican Kate Obenshain and Democrat Kirsten Powers, also a Fox News analyst. So we asked Mr. Kutcher, whatever it is, I can't say his name, but we asked him to come on the program. I don't know, we're chasing him around or something. We hope he comes on. But Kirsten, do you think the Obama administration in general is promoting self-reliance? Are they promoting self-reliance there in Washington?
Well, I don't think what he was talking about.
No, I know.
Obama administration.
I'm just asking you about it. I'm asking you.
I don't think any president in recent history has really promoted self-reliance. I don't think that's really the role of the government.
And Ronald Reagan both did.
Well,
Ronald Reagan did.
I mean, in recent history for me is really not Ronald Reagan. My point is, I don't really think it's the government's. This isn't about the government.
Right,
I think what he was talking about was more about people being really
think the Obama administration is
dependent on their
self-reliance.
parents, I think.
Okay, but I'll just take
dependent on the government.
From a wider view, I'll take it as a no that you don't think the Obama administration is promoting self-reliance.
It's not a. But I don't think that they're not. I don't think they are or are not. I just don't think that that's the role of the government to promote self-reliance.
See, I do. If I were president, I'd be running around saying, hey, you can do it.
Yeah, you'd be cutting everybody's benefits and starving them to death.
Yeah, I'd have that starving to death gulag and wouldn't give anybody any food. You know that. But I would encourage the other people who did get just a little food to work hard. Okay, now, Kate, what Mr. Kutcher is saying is to younger people, you got to work yourself up. You got to start at the bottom, as I did. I don't know about you ladies, but I started way at the bottom, and you shouldn't be whining about it. And I think that's a worthy message, and I disagree with Kirsten. I think the government should promote that.
I think the government should too, from the bully pulpit, but I think that this government, this administration is doing the exact opposite. I mean, we can't sit here and wring our hands about the decreasing self-reliance and independence of individuals without looking at the cause of that, which is obviously the decreased emphasis on growth and economic opportunity in the private sector. Right now, we've seen this massive expansion of the public sector and a massive expansion of dependency.
Well, let me challenge you here for a minute. We had a president, Bush the Younger, who was certainly a laissez-faire, let the private marketplace run wild. And under that president, all right, the economy collapsed because the private sector turned into gangsters, and they sold investments that were worthless, and they cheated the public. Okay, so that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Because, Bill, of government policies that told banks they must make loans to people who had no hopes of ever paying those
All
loans
I know
back.
is that for 8 years,
so it's actually the government getting involved and inserting itself improperly that caused that meltdown.
No government forced any bank to do anything. They did it so they thought they could make money, and nobody would. All right, you give me the name of a bank, Kate, that was forced by the federal government to sell bogus paper. Give me the name.
Bill, the banks were told that if they didn't stop cutting out particularly minorities who could not afford these mortgages, that they would be penalized. That's everybody. That's not some big secret that I'm coming and revealing on national television. My point is that was the government injecting itself.
I will cede you this point. The banks were encouraged.
You can't blame the big.
They were encouraged, not forced. They were encouraged to do this madness.
No, actually, they were forced.
The president of the United States at the time was George W. Bush.
I'm sorry, Bill, but those regulations were promulgated under Jimmy Carter and Bill Clinton.
We're going adrift. We're going adrift here. Let's get back to Ashton, because that's the most important thing, Ashton. Now, Powers.
Yes.
This country would be much stronger if all of us were like me and painted houses and drove a cab and did whatever I had to do to get through Boston University and started in Scranton, Pennsylvania, all right, and worked my way up. All right, if everybody would do that, we wouldn't need all of these welfare programs, wouldn't need all of this stuff, right?
There's two different things we're talking about. I mean,
talk about what my question is.
I worked at Wendy's when I was in high school. I mean, I worked my way up. I temped when I graduated from college because there weren't a lot of jobs. I mean, I was always working, and so I agree that that's a really important thing. I don't think it has anything to do with the government, though, when we're talking about middle-class kids. It's their parents, Bill, that are coddling them. No, it is their parents that are coddling them.
There's some of that, but it's a public policy deal.
No,
all right, let's give Kate...
There are two different groups of people. There are people who are getting welfare, and then there are these kids who are middle-class and upper-middle-class kids who are living off of their parents, and that's what Ashton is talking about.
Kate,
now
last
we've got
word,
the
30
government
seconds.
actually stepping in, saying that they're children until they're 26 years old. Look, Obama gave a speech at Arizona State University where he told young people that to pursue success revealed a poverty of ambition. That's a quote, Arizona State University. It's this mindset, it's the Occupy Wall Street mindset that was embraced by Obama. We're on your side. This notion that the government can take care of you, that you can't do it on your own.
Well, no doubt that he has that
disastrous.
mindset. The nanny state is good. Ladies, thanks very much. Happy Thanksgiving. Directly ahead, Cameron and Rosen.